This is Sam. Sam's my son. Growing up, he always was a little different. At age 4, he used sarcasm for the first time, describing how he scared away an electrical utility work crew who had restored power after a thunderstorm. At 8, he learned to play lacrosse. At 17, he competed in the Junior Track Cycling Nationals. At 18, he graduated from high school and left for college in another state. Though we like to think of Sam as unique or special, his story is very similar to millions of other sons and daughters around the modern world. He grew up, went to school, got accepted to college, and left home to start his own journey. Unfortunately, in communities across the United States, there are stories of young people that are unique. In every state, there have been reports of children who have been subject to human trafficking. This trafficking results in both sexual servitude as well as forced labor. Beyond the activities linked to sex, forced labor has been found in agriculture, door-to-door magazine sales, restaurants, childcare, hair and nail salons, forced panhandling, and illicit drugs. The Global Slavery Index, published by the Walk Free Initiative of the Minderoo Foundation, estimates that in the United States today, there are over 400,000 individuals living in some type of bondage. With estimates of 26% of all modern slaves in the world being under the age of 18, that would mean over 100,000 children in America today are being held in some form of slavery. Maybe you're thinking, but this is West Virginia. It can't be that bad here. Here is Brian Morris of the Department of Homeland Security talking about the instances of human trafficking in West Virginia.
Most of what I see is familia trafficking, which is where the parents tend to prostitute their children out. And the reason that they do that is we are increasingly facing a drug epidemic in this state.
Here in Wheeling, we have a Crittenton Services facility. In the same story Brian Morris was featured, it mentions that at a Crittenton facility in West Virginia in 2018, 9 of the 30 girls living there had been trafficked. Around the world today, it is estimated that there are 21 million people in slavery. To put that into perspective, during the 400 years of the transatlantic slave trade, 15 million people were victims of slavery. 10 million fewer than are living in slavery today. In 2008, Congress passed the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act that requires the Department of Labor to list goods that are produced worldwide through child and/or forced labor. The alphabetical list of products includes an item that begins with every letter of the alphabet except K, Q, and X. Amber from the Ukraine, electronics from Malaysia, footwear from China and Vietnam, jade from Burma, and soccer balls from India are just a few of the examples. How many of the products created using forced labor end with consumer sales in the United States? It's impossible to say precisely, but Newsweek reported in October 2019 that more than $400 million in goods, probably made by using forced labor, enter the U.S. market yearly. The United States has had a complex and dark relationship with slavery. From 1619 to 1865, slavery helped build the nation and slavery tore it apart. While slavery officially ended with the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, forced labor and human trafficking has remained a hidden component of our nation's economy that has touched our personal economies, though often unknown. As we move towards greater awareness of our place in the global economy, it is incumbent upon us as individuals and our leaders in government to do what we can to end the practice of forced labor.